Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore. We're going to work on a new contraption we got here today. We need to redo some power configuration. I was just looking, it looks like I've already swapped these out. It's been probably a week since I was able to play this, so I've kind of lost track what I was doing. Life's been busy. Oh, okay, so I took the old ones out. We need to go make some new ones. So these are getting almost broken, so we need to go make some new ones. But before we do that, let's go redo the power. And let's actually turn... So I put up a solar panel for the loader, so it's got its own power. And you can see I've added some things over here. We're getting pretty deep down in the mine, so I was going to try, as we start mining all that out, I wanted to be able to just dump down there and come up here on the conveyors. So I did that with a merger just so I can get the power up here. I don't have to run power lines all the way down into the mine. And I want to kind of reconfigure that. We've got like 770, 490. Are we over the limit? Maybe we're not over the limit. That doesn't want to turn on, so we might be over the limit. Oh, no, I forgot to hook it up. Alright, let me sell these parts. They are junk. Still worth a decent little chunk of money, though. Yeah, it seems like I was going to reconfigure the power. I think that was part of the plan, but do we have enough power? Let's just go look. I'm going to be all over the place. I'm hoping I have my microphone issues fixed. I recorded a vintage story video, and it seemed okay. So I basically just had to change some levels over on the recording PC. I think a Windows Update did something. It changed the way the sound worked, so it wasn't coming through quite strong enough, and then it was getting caught in the noise gate and compressor. So I hadn't changed anything, but something was happening. So we'll see. Hopefully this video is better with the audio. All right, now can we turn this on? No, I think we're still over that. Let me go double check that these are actually turned on. 800 watts. 500. So it's only 13. Yeah, so we're going to be over. It's only 1300 watts. All right, let's get some more power in here. But then these guys, they're only 1400 watts. Yeah, we're going to have to run this on its own separate power. So we're going to say remove cables. And I think what we'll do is let's get some more wind power up here on top of this hill. And do we need to chop some trees down? We can always use more logs, so let's clear out some of this wood as well. So we'll get this stuff powered up, and then we're going to go down in the mine and kind of see how things are going down in there. And I might even buy the little low mining loader to try that out. All right, I kind of like a wind turbine right here on this hill. Sometimes you can place blocks and you get stuck in them. Good stuff. I've got quite a few of these concrete blocks, so let's just do that. And then how much power was this? So we need at least 800 watts on the low side, and I think that wind turbine like that is 800 watts. So if we go to factory power, we have a 800 watt. Done. If we change that to snap, we should be able to get it to snap onto the concrete here. Which structure are you facing? Yeah, something like that. All right, turn you on. And of course, you're too far to reach down there because that would make it too easy. All right, back to power. We got 1400 watts, I think is what we need. So we'll grab one of those. I already had some of those. I didn't need to buy that. Oh well. Get you on the grid. Let's just kind of build a wall here. It kind of needs a wall anyway. Hold the dirt back. Then, do I have any wooden floors? I don't have any wooden floors on me, but we can get that straightened out eventually. Here you. All right, snap that. Now we should be able to turn this on. Ta-da. All right, then we can go down in there and we can start digging stuff. But like I said, I think I'm gonna buy the, oh, well, do I have stuff in the hopper down there already? Okay. Apparently I did. I think I'm gonna buy the low little scooper for making tunnels down in there. Yeah, there it goes. Sure enough. All right, and you're on, so yeah, it's all processing through. Beautiful. And I had a comment that was a good idea. I apologize, I didn't make note of the name, but at least one person has suggested making a double loader here. It's not a bad idea. So do like a splitter and then have two chutes. So we just kind of load the truck all at one time. So I'll keep that in mind for a future project. We're not going to work on that right now. It's a good idea. What's also a good idea is to get some more of these wooden blocks going. ABC, always be crafting. Okay, good. We got those knocked out. Get you guys going. Get another batch of beams going. All right. We have $2.2 million, so let's spend some money. I'm going to go for the loader. This guy is 420,000. Not bad. Will this be facing the right direction? Let's find out. Probably should have spawned it down by the fuel because I don't think they come full of fuel. Oh yeah, that thing is nice and low. I don't know if that, I kind of like the red. Maybe we'll just leave this one red. Yeah, let's go get her gassed up before we head down in the hole. I think this is a little smaller than the L11 bucket, but it's not super small. Can I make this daylight? Yeah, it's morning time. All right. Sometimes it seems like it's really foggy in the morning. Okay, we need to get a little bit of a shelf cleared out down here. I've got a little bit of a shelf, but not much. And then I plan to kind of branch off in a couple different directions. See how that goes. Yeah, we're not going to be able to quite turn around. Well, maybe we can. I forgot how long this thing was. It's fairly narrow, but it is pretty long. So we're going to be kind of all over the place until we get some of this cleared out. Look, we're the same color as our hopper now. Maybe we'll change it to orange. We'll see. But the big advantage to this guy is it's so low to the ground. Alright, let's get some of this cleared out, and then I can basically turn around 180 degrees. Clear out some of this behind me. Come on, physics. Hang in there. The question is this copper or iron? It's like it's mostly copper ore. Where'd the iron go? Is the iron down further? Okay. So we need to go down. This is all copper, which sells nice. I want the iron for crafting bits and bobs. Alright, we'll throw that in there. Let it run away. So, I'm not sure on the tunneler. Like, I like the idea of the tunneler. But now that we have to power the conveyor belts, it gets to be a lot more of a hassle. So I think I'm going to, at least for now, we'll stick with the loader. There we go. This thing reminds me of like a salamander or something. Okay, can we get this thing turned around? See, I wasn't even hitting anything and it starts putting stuff in the bucket. Do a little bit of this. So we get some of this cleared out. Whee! Even this thing needs some more junk in the trunk. You'd think it would be super heavy in the back end. Not sure the weight distribution is quite right on here. I understand the technical stuff is hard to get right, but the bucket magically filling when it's not touching anything is a little bit of a pain. But it's slowly improving. So I mean, props to the devs. They're making a cool game. Uh-oh. We're stuck. I'll lift my tire out of there. There we go. So once we're down here, of course, we can expand this as needed, and then with the power up on the top end, we don't have to keep moving the power around, because, yeah, that'd be a pain. I had a double conveyor running up the middle of this ramp. Then I ended up scrapping that. I actually lost it because I thought I had saved, but I hadn't. But I was okay with it because I was going to undo that all anyway. So. It just got too unwieldy having two of them, and then I had the power lines down here, and it was a big pain. So I decided to rethink my approach, and here we are. Alright, now we got a little more room for our tail end to swing around. This bucket does seem to spill a little easier. But it's a nice big bucket. I'm liking it. Alright, let's get up here a little bit, and we're going to put some more blocks down. Just listen to the conveyors run. Sounds like money. So that looks like that'd be kind of a good screenshot right there. I wish the dude would turn his head. Alright, let's get one without the character in it. I need to be a little higher up. There we go. Perfect. Alright, got a little bit of cleanup to do here, and then let's get some more of these down. Wait, does that get into the iron ore down here? Okay, cool. So we're going to get some of the iron ore off the floor, it looks like. So this is kind of the copper level. Maybe we could go down this direction and then come back, you know, and get some of this iron underneath at a separate level. And we could do some like mergers and elevators and stuff to get it all going up the line, basically. We'll see. We have lots of possibilities. You down. Let's get you guys. I think 4 wide is going to be our standard. Maybe just 3 wide with that guy. He's pretty narrow. Redo that just so it's symmetrical. Alright, let's do some more digging. Let's get right in here. So we're basically just taking off that face, dumping it in here. It's a little awkward with the ramp right there. But I could get rid of some of that ramp and make it flat here again. I'd need to put a fuel depot down here, but we could just leave this guy underground basically. But for now, I'm going to leave it how it is. Yep, I think that's pretty much all copper. I'm thinking. I wondered if I should move the hopper, but I think I'll continue this direction. Get some more blocks down. We'll kind of see how far this goes. I don't know how big this deposit is. Sometimes my farm sim muscle memory still kicks in. I hit spacebar for the shuttle control to go backwards. Yeah, this is all copper. You can see it's going into the... Oh no, that's iron over here. Interesting. It's kind of right junction together. Okay, that's slowly emptying out. Let's go ahead and pop that in there as well. So let me know if y'all are using the tunneler. How are you handling it with the new power update if you're on the beta? Is it working out well for you? Doesn't seem like it's picking up off the floor very well. Let's see if we can fix that. You can see where if you had a few friends, you could really make some good progress on a mine. Alternatively, we could just continue with the ramp on down, move the hopper down to just see if we get down into the iron ore. Either way. I think, let me see if I can get turned around. Now I can kind of do this. Whoa. And if I get back in here, can I get over into the hopper? Or is that too far? Yeah, sort of. Oh, yeah. Not pretty, but it works. Oh, easy there, girl. Easy. Perfect. Let's take a look. Is this... Yeah, see, that's iron, so we're getting down to the iron right here. Actually, this whole side over here is iron, so we may just have to go that direction with a drift, or whatever you call it. I'm not a miner. Yeah, maybe we'll just do that. Let's see how that plays out. Might have to go more south rather than east. Yeah, I think I need to. Yeah, I need to put my back end back in that tunnel I made. Oh, that's not quite right. Abort. It's a little bit tight down here. Probably need to open up this whole, like, landing area a little bit. I think we're getting back into just copper over here. That looks like copper to me. Guess we'll find out when we get up there. I do have a truck full I need to take over. I'm glad those saved now. For a while when I was playing this, it's been quite a while back. If you had stuff in the truck, it wouldn't save. So you could easily lose a whole truck full of stuff. Whoa. Didn't even mean to get a shovel, but I got a whole shovel full there. Can't move the hydraulics when the engine's off. Nice touch. Oh yeah, we were getting some iron in there. Cool, and it actually got it all cleared out as well. So we'll send that up. Awesome. Well, let's go haul a load here in the dump truck. And we'll see how we did as well. Need to go back over to the other plant, check on some crafting anyway. Check on this crafting before we take off. There we go. Bunch more wooden blocks ready to go. Craft another 2. I used a lot of those when I redid this area over here. Got a lot of cribbing in the ground. And then we also need to craft the ram, hydraulic ram, and the... Now I remember why I left those in my inventory. Hydraulic ram and the pump, I think is what we need. So we'll do that while we're over. While we're here, though, let's take a look at our storage. Yeah, we got just a little bit of copper ore. Oh man, 3 whole stacks of iron ore. Yeah, let's kind of divide this, sort this up here a little bit. Actually, no, you can't do a sort. Cool. Almost 4 stacks of iron and good 2.5 of copper. Got a lot of material. We left a comment too about the graphics changing, like as you drive along the road, and it's just a level of detail thing. It is distracting. I don't like it, but it is what it is. You have to make some concessions to performance. Don't even remember what I was loading. Alright, what did I end up with? Bunch of iron ore? Cool. So yeah, I could put it in my pocket and just teleport down here, but what fun would that be? It's all about the adventure. There we go. Chugging away. You guys are making copper. You're making iron. And copper. They're all full up. Alright, you can go ahead and make some steel. Just have you chug away on some steel there. Yeah, chugging away. I might have to build a bigger smelter farm. But while we're over here, let's go ahead and sell some things, and we'll check on all the crafting. So there's another 73 grand. Another 17 grand. Beautiful. The factory here, my lathes have just been pumping out the nuts and bolts. That's pretty much all they do. And see, this guy is idle. He's waiting on stuff from here, I'm sure. You were done with the steel plate. Let's have you do 400. Nope, not that. Those. You're chugging away on iron beams. Let's have you do barrels, and then you'll do some more beams. This guy has all of his stuff going. He's got some blocks made. Can we make 50 of those? Or should I make a bunch of walls and stuff in anticipation of another building? Let's go for 50 walls. And then the railing takes just steel rod. A little bit of rod there. So let's go ahead and queue up some of that. 50 of those. Tend to keep the spare stuff over in here. And how you doing? We've got some blocks. We've got some floors. I think I might be about done with building the plant here. So I was going to make sure I had all my conveyors and whatnot over at the other place. Looks like I do. And add that to our rubber. Throw the staircases, floors, that stuff over here. And then the conveyors, I'm going to think keep those over the other plant because I may be expanding down underground. There we go. That is the routine. Dig, smelt, sell. That's how it goes. So we're going to continue with the underground, and we'll see how it goes. I'd like to get back down into the iron eventually, but a lot of this just needs to be hauling. So I'm probably going to haul some more down, and we might look into an expanded smelter setup. So we do have plenty of money. Oh, I didn't craft the parts for my loader. Let's go do that. I completely forgot. L11 is down for the count right now. I could just buy them, but it's more fun to craft them. Okay, how do we craft this stuff? I have to interrupt my lathe. I don't know if I'm going to need... Let's just grab some stuff I might need. I don't know if we need plastics or rubber. But, oh, I already have one in here. Hydraulic pump. Well, we can make another one for a spare. I've got some injectors there. So I had one thing I need. Grab the bits and pieces out of here because I don't know for sure what all we'll need. And then I'm going to have to cancel nuts and bolts on here. So let's cancel that. Throw the steel over in there. So I need a hydraulic pump. So we need a large drive axle. Okay. The large drive axle just takes steel rod. 2 gears and 2 bearings. 2 gears, 2 bearings. I'll do that. That way we'll have a spare. And then the hydraulic ram, what actually takes oil. Interesting. So while that stuff's crafting, let me go grab... I do have a little bit of oil in here. Just in case I needed it. And there we go. I did need it. This stuff takes a long time to craft. So I'll get this stuff crafted up. And we'll go get the L11 repaired. At long last. Alright, how long does this take? 25 seconds. That's not too bad. How about I queue up a couple of those? Maybe 2 of those. That way I'll just have some parts in here. Oh, I'm going to need the steel rod for that I just used to make those. Alright, fine. Make steel rod over here? We do. Okay, cancel you. So it needs about 350 of those. There we go. I'll just grab a few of these steel rods as they come off. There we go. I wish you could move stuff in the queue. That would be handy. Got enough to make 2. Alright, fair enough. 15 seconds. So we got our hydraulic pump. Got our hydraulic ram. We can get the L11 back in service. And we'll call that an episode. Perfect. Alright. Chug away their little factory. And then I'm going to put some bits and bobs back in here. I've been keeping the plastics and rubber in there. I forgot. I usually just dump the extra stuff in there to keep handy. I thought I needed 2 oil for that. I only used 1. Well, I'm not complaining. I don't think we need a wear plate. We'll throw those in there. We keep our 1 spare pump that we made in there. Now we can drive back up to the other spot. I know I have some stuff I can sell as well. We're doing all right on money. Still a little bit foggy this morning. All right, you're ready to fill again. Ta-da! Vehicle repaired. Some of this other stuff's getting pretty low, but it's not broken yet. There we go. She's good as new. All right, folks, that'll be it for this one. More progress. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.